The White House is a place of secrets. It's also a place where the fate of nations is decided. Within its walls, decisions are made that can alter the course of history, affecting millions of lives across the globe. And sometimes, those two realities collide. The intersection of secrecy and decision-making can lead to moments of intense drama and far-reaching consequences. That's precisely what happened when then-President Donald Trump placed a call to King Abdullah II of Jordan in 2025. This call was not just a routine diplomatic exchange, it was a pivotal moment that would have lasting implications. This wasn't just any phone call, it was a high-stakes conversation that carried the weight of potential geopolitical shifts. This was a conversation so sensitive, so potentially explosive, that its contents were closely guarded. The stakes were incredibly high, and the ramifications of the discussion could not be underestimated, but secrets, as they often do, eventually find their way into the light. Despite the best efforts to keep the details under wraps, the truth has a way of emerging. The leaked transcript of this call sent shockwaves through the international community. The revelations were startling, and the implications were profound. It revealed a side of Trump's foreign policy that was unsettling, to say the least. The contents of the call painted a picture of a strategy that was both bold and reckless. It exposed a plan that, if enacted, could have dramatically reshaped the geopolitical landscape of the Middle East. The potential for upheaval was immense, and the stakes could not have been higher. And at the heart of this plan was a proposal so audacious, so fraught with risk, that it left experts and world leaders stunned. The boldness of the plan was matched only by its potential for disaster. This wasn't just about policy, it was about people. The lives of millions of individuals hung in the balance, their futures uncertain. About the lives of millions of Palestinians who were, once again, being treated as pawns in a high-stakes game of international chess. The human cost of these political maneuvers was all too real. The leaked call raised serious questions about Trump's understanding of the region, his commitment to peace, and the true motives behind his actions. The international community was left grappling with the implications. The call also shone a spotlight on the precarious position of Jordan and its ruler, King Abdullah II. The pressure on Jordan was immense and the stakes were incredibly high. A key U.S. ally in a volatile region, Jordan found itself facing an impossible choice: defy a superpower and face the consequences, or comply with a plan that could unravel the very fabric of Jordanian society. The future of the region hung in the balance, and the decisions made in those moments would reverberate for years to come. King Abdullah II, a direct descendant of the Prophet Muhammad, has ruled Jordan for over 25 years. His reign has been marked by both stability and turbulence, navigating the complex geopolitics of the Middle East. He inherited a country already grappling with the complexities of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, a situation that has only grown more intricate over the years. Jordan, a small nation with limited resources, has long served as a haven for Palestinian refugees. This humanitarian role has earned Jordan international respect, but has also brought significant challenges. But this role has come at a cost, placing a significant strain on Jordan's economy, infrastructure, and social fabric. The influx of refugees has stretched the country's resources to their limits. The leaked call revealed the depth of King Abdullah's concerns about the potential impact of Trump's plan on his kingdom. The plan threatened to destabilize the already fragile balance within Jordan. He made it clear that this wasn't just about money, it was about the very survival of the Hashemite monarchy, a dynasty that has ruled Jordan for nearly a century. It was about the very survival of the Hashemite monarchy. The monarchy's legitimacy and stability are deeply intertwined with the country's identity and future. Accepting a large influx of Palestinians, he argued, would upset the delicate demographic balance in Jordan. This balance is crucial for maintaining social harmony and political stability. It would empower those who sought to undermine the monarchy and replace it with a more hardline regime. The potential for political unrest and upheaval was a real and present danger. The king's fears were not unfounded. Jordan has experienced periods of significant unrest in the past, and the current situation could easily reignite those tensions. Jordan has a large Palestinian population. This community has integrated into Jordanian society but retains a strong sense of Palestinian identity. Many Palestinians in Jordan hold Jordanian citizenship. They participate in the country's political and social life, yet their distinct identity remains a sensitive issue. However, there remains a distinct sense of Palestinian identity that could be exploited by extremist groups. This identity could be a flashpoint for conflict if not carefully managed. A sudden influx of displaced Palestinians could easily be used to incite unrest and destabilize the kingdom. The social and political fabric of Jordan is delicate and could be torn apart by such a crisis. King Abdullah found himself caught between a rock and a hard place. He had to balance the demands of international diplomacy with the needs and stability of his own country. He knew that defying Trump would have serious consequences for Jordan. The relationship with the United States is a cornerstone of Jordan's foreign policy and security. The U.S. provides significant financial and military aid to the kingdom. This support is crucial for Jordan's economy and its ability to maintain security. Alienating the U.S. was not an option. The diplomatic and economic fallout could be devastating for Jordan, but neither was jeopardizing the future of his kingdom. King Abdullah had to navigate these treacherous waters with caution, ensuring the survival and stability of Jordan above all else. The crux of Trump's plan, as revealed in the leaked call, was as simple as it was shocking. Displace a significant portion of the Palestinian population from Gaza and relocate them to neighboring countries, primarily Jordan and Egypt. This, Trump argued, would alleviate the humanitarian crisis in Gaza and create space for new development projects. This proposal was met with widespread condemnation. Critics accused Trump of attempting to solve a political problem with a demographic solution. They argued that forcibly transferring a population was not only morally reprehensible but also a violation of international law. Such a move, they warned, would create more problems than it solved. The proposal also raised serious questions about Trump's understanding of the region's history and the complexities of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. The forced displacement of Palestinians was a sensitive issue. It evoked painful memories of the 1948 Arab-Israeli War, when hundreds of thousands of Palestinians were driven from their homes. Trump, however, seemed unconcerned by these historical parallels. He dismissed the concerns of King Abdullah and others, arguing that money could solve any problem. He believed that a massive influx of US dollars would be enough to persuade Jordan and Egypt to accept his plan. This transactional approach to diplomacy, critics argued, showed a callous disregard for the human cost of his policies. Trump's proposal to relocate Palestinians came just a few years after another controversial decision that had inflamed tensions in the region: his recognition of Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. This decision was not just a political maneuver, it was a seismic shift that reverberated through the Middle East and beyond. This move, widely seen as a concession to Israel's right-wing government, was met with outrage by Palestinians and the Arab world. The announcement was perceived as a blatant disregard for the complex history and the delicate balance of the region. For Palestinians, Jerusalem is more than just a city. It is a living symbol of their identity, heritage, and the struggles they have endured over decades. It is the symbolic heart of their national aspirations. The city embodies their dreams of statehood and self-determination. East Jerusalem, in particular, holds deep religious and cultural significance. It is home to some of the most sacred sites in Islam, Christianity, and Judaism. Trump's decision to recognize Jerusalem as Israel's capital was seen as a denial of Palestinian claims to the city and a betrayal of the long-standing U.S. commitment to a two-state solution. This move was interpreted as the U.S. taking sides in a conflict that has already seen too much suffering. For Jordan, the decision was particularly painful. The country has a unique and historical role in Jerusalem that dates back decades. Jordan is the custodian of the Muslim holy sites in Jerusalem. This responsibility is not just a political duty but a deeply rooted religious obligation. The king plays a special role in ensuring access to these sites for Muslims around the world. His role is a source of national pride and international respect. Trump's decision undermined Jordan's role in Jerusalem and was seen as a direct challenge to the king's authority. It was a move that threatened to destabilize the already fragile peace in the region. The decision to recognize Jerusalem had a profound impact on Jordan's relationship with the United States. It created a rift that would take years to mend, if at all. It eroded trust and made it difficult for the king to justify his continued cooperation with Washington. The decision was a diplomatic earthquake that shook the foundations of Jordanian-U.S. relations. It also strengthened the hand of hardliners within Jordan, who argued that the king could no longer rely on the United States as an ally. The decision had far-reaching consequences, altering the political landscape in ways that are still being felt today. In his efforts to pressure Jordan, Trump employed a tactic of isolation. King Abdullah was summoned to Washington as the sole representative for Palestinian affairs. Notably absent from these discussions were representatives from the Palestinian Authority and, crucially, Egyptian President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi. This deliberate exclusion of Egypt was not an oversight. Egypt, a regional powerhouse and a major recipient of U.S. aid, has traditionally played a significant role in mediating the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. By sidelining Egypt, Trump aimed to eliminate a potential obstacle to his plan. He sought to prevent Egypt from using its influence to dissuade Jordan or to rally opposition to the proposal within the Arab world. However, Egypt's response was one of strategic alignment with Jordan. While maintaining a public facade of neutrality, behind closed doors, Cairo made it clear that it shared Amman's concerns. This quiet solidarity between the two countries was a crucial factor in the eventual failure of Trump's plan. The episode highlighted the limitations of Trump's transactional approach to diplomacy. By focusing solely on applying pressure and offering financial incentives, he overlooked the importance of regional alliances and the deep-rooted mistrust that his policies had engendered.